Okay, hi everyone, Shalom Aleichem. Baruch HaMabam, we're continuing in the Sefer Tzipisa Yeshua. We're in Perek Beis. Now the Chafetz Chaim is going to address the delay of the Geula. And he says this is not an unexpected phenomenon, but this was already predicted in the Chumash, in the Navi Hosea. The Inyan Ichur HaGeula. The subject of the delay of the Geula, Kvar Ramaz Lanu HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem already alluded to us, Ba'atzmai, Hashem himself, Al Yidei HaNavi Hosea, through the Navi Hosea. So the phenomenon of the delay of the Geula has already been predicted. What does the pasuk say? Ki yamim rabim yeshu b'nei Yisrael. For many days, Klal Yisrael will sit ein melech without a king, ve'ein sar without an officer, ve'ein zevach without karbanos. Achar yashuva b'nei Yisrael. Then Klal Yisrael will do tshuva. Ubikshu es Hashem Elokeim, and seek out Hashem, ves David Malkam, and David Hamelech. Ufachadu el Hashem, they will fear Hashem, ve'el Tuvai, and His goodness, ba'achras hayamim, in the end of days. Now this is a pasuk that we reference in Kiddush Levana. In Kiddush Levana, we say, Ubikshu es Hashem Elokeim, v'es David Malkam. Which, by the way, indicates that it's not enough only to seek out and to request the Geula, but part of requesting the Geula is requesting the restoration of Malchus Beis David. Now, this is something we see in Kabbalah Shabbos also. This is something we pointed out. Let's say in Kabbalah Shabbos, when we're Mitzapeh L'Geula, when we say Mikdash Melech Yer Melucha, we also say Al Yad Ben Yishai. So part of the Tzipisa Yeshua is also for the Malchus Beis David. So let me just get you the pasuk. It says V'Yiskai in Kiddush Levana we say V'yiratzim of Hashem Elokai v'Elokai v'Yisrael Mas B'Kimas Halavana v'Lo Yibashamiyot V'Yiskayim Banu Mikra Shakasav Uvikshu Es Hashem Elokeim Ve'es David Malkam. That's Hosea Gimel Hey. That's the pasuk that we're quoting over here. So this pasuk is a reference to the fact that Hashem already told us before that it's going to take time for the Geula to happen. Va'amar lanu oid. The Navi Hashem told us further through the Navi Chavakuk, Im yismama chak elai. If it delays, wait for him. What does that mean, if it delays, wait for him? Be'er hadavar. The explanation is, Im yachshev ha'adam shechas v'shalom yisbatal haftachasai. If heaven forbid, the promise will be batal, shev tiach li Yisrael, lo yichein hadavar. Meaning, if a person is going to, heaven forbid, think that, yeah, Hashem promised it, but all bets are off. No, wait, keep on waiting. Perish ka'adam ha'mechake al iza davar, ki be'emes bevada yiskayim. Let's say you're waiting for something you know will happen. You know, you're waiting for your kid's tooth to fall out. It's hanging on a thread. He's 3 years old. 3 years old and a month, and 2 months, and 3 months. You said, no, it's never going to happen. Come on, you know it's going to fall out. You know, it's not going to stay on a thread forever. You know it's going to fall out. You know, no kid ever turned bar mitzvah with the tooth hanging there. So too, wait for it like something you are certain will happen. Kamay Shamar Akasov, like the Navi says, Yavesh Chatzir, grass withers. Navel tzitz, blossoms fade. Udvar Elokeinu yakum la'ilam. But the word of Hashem stands forever. Meaning, there are other things in this world that don't remain. Grass will ultimately wither. Blossoms will ultimately fade. But the word of Hashem, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's the next day, will come to be. U'Mesayim Akasov, the pasuk concludes, Ki boy yavoy lo ya'acher. It certainly will come, it will not delay. That's the pasuk in Chavakuk. Im yismama chake loy, ki boy yavoy lo ya'acher. Says the Chavetz Chaim, let me tell you what this is similar to. It's similar to the following analogy. I'll explain it with the following analogy. A king got angry at his son. He decreed 5 years, you need to leave. He sent him to the end of the earth. That in the early days, 1,000 years ago, it took years to get there. Then the king regretted it. He can't retract. He said the kid has to go into exile, so the kid has to go into exile. He was thinking about what should he do when the 5 years are over. His trip is going to last, it's going to take many years until he gets back. Meaning the king's thinking, how am I going to get this, how am I going to get my kid back? It's going to take him years just to get back. So at the end of the 5 years, I'm going to wait another 3 years for him to get back? So you know what the king did? He commanded that his attendants flatten the mountains. And he commanded they come up with the technology that in no time the kid could return, and the trip will be in a flash. So the king had no way to retract his original decree, but he made sure when the time came for the kid to return, there are no mountains in the way, and that the trip would be instantaneous. So too, as we're going to see, the Chavetz Chaim says, in the end of days, God will speed up events in such a way where when the time comes, we'll be back home in no time. Let's read the Nimshal, Kenhu in Yonenu. So too, regarding our subject, Asher nifzarnu b'ksei haaretz, we're scattered to the ends of the world. Hashem scattered us to Cedarhurst, to Muncie, to Florida, to Norfolk, Virginia, to Edgware, to Borough Park, or wherever else you might live. And Hashem said, I decreed you go into the Gullus, and it took us a long time till we got here. Till we got from Babylon to Persia, to Spain, to Morocco, to Italy, to France, to Germany, to Poland, to Russia, to Ukraine, to the United States. It took us a long time to get here. So we think, okay, maybe it will take a long time to get back. Nah. When it's time to get back, we'll be back home very quickly. Kenhu in Yonenu asher nifsarnu b'ksei haaretz. So too, regarding ourselves, we're scattered to the ends of the earth. But v'hakibutz galuyos yeh mikol Yisrael. When kibbutz galuyos happens, it will be from all of Klal Yisrael, more like it says in Yeshaya, V'atem teluketu la'achad echad b'nei Yisrael. And you will be gathered up, Klal Yisrael, one by one. V'yachshev ha'adam, a person might think, Shahakibutz gufa yimasheh kamashan mad sheyukubtzu. A person might think, until Hashem gathers everyone, it's going to take a long time. Everyone's going to have to line up, fill out paperwork, wait for a phone call, sign your name, wait for another more paperwork, something has to come in the mail. A person might think it's going to take many years. It's not true. Hashem prepared the way before. When the time comes to return, it won't take a lot of time. That's what it means in Chavakuk. If it delays, wait for it. And you'll say, well, okay, I'll wait for it. But once it comes, isn't it going to take a lot of time until we get back? Won't the collection, won't the gathering take a lot of time? Therefore it says, Ki ba yavai. Right, Soloimar. Kasher yavai hazman shuchalavai. When the time comes that we could return, lo yisa'acher klal. When it comes time for Hashem to arrive, it will not delay. Vu kamaisha amar akasav, like the pasuk says, Mi elek of ti'ufenu. Who are these that fly like the clouds? Or tzulaymar, k'mayha anan shuratzim hera ma'od. Just like a cloud, it could be very fast moving. Keniya hakibutz galiyos. In other words, when it comes time for us to get back to Eretz Yisrael, there will not be any traffic on the Van Wyck going to the airport. There won't be long lines in the airport. You won't have to go through security. No, they will make sure they'll check who they need to check. They won't be checking us. And you won't be sitting on the runway because of supposed weather situations. And then once you get on the plane, there's not going to be any turbulence. You're going to get there in no time. When it comes time to go, it's going to be a very expedited process. So, therefore, the Navi Chavakuk says, Im Yisma Mea, if it takes a long time, Chak Eloi, keep on waiting. But if and don't think that when the time comes it will be a delayed process. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow at 5:30. Have a good day, everyone. Bracha v'atzlacha. Kol tov.